Yo, welcome back to episode 2 of the 2002 FIFA World Cup, and it's match day, yeah, you guessed it, 2. And for 32 teams, it was the opening fixture of the Festival of Football in Korea, Japan. Spain, Argentina, Portugal, Italy among the heavy favourites who experienced shock defeats. It's ride or die on match day 2, they must avoid losing at all costs to stand a chance of qualification. We kick things off here in Group A. We're in Suwon, South Korea, France, Senegal and Uruguay and Denmark all share the spoils after match day 1. The current world champions France couldn't get the job done. Senegal would love to capitalise on Les Blues' shaky start. Here's the bleached blonde Daria Silva, passes it into the box to a brow, tees off the Koiba. 1-0 to the Uruguayans. The first ever world champions are the first to take the lead here in Suwon. And it's the PES-free Inter Milan darling, Rica. Plenty of green shirts back to soak up the attack. Daria Silva forcing the keeper into a save. Kamara collects. First time helps it onto El Husjuf. The equaliser. It's a reply from the Lon striker who haunted France in Seoul. One from the penalty spot and one from just outside the box here this afternoon in Suwon. Senegal and Uruguay draw 1 goal apiece there as they were going into match day 2. Here comes the Tin Soldiers, who would be inspired by Senegal's lack of intimidation of the world champions. France have an opportunity to recompose themselves and top the group against the Danes. Here comes Zizou. Henry hooks it onto Trezeguet, finds the back of the net but they won't count, he's offside. Ball into the box from Dennis Ramadan, Zebe Sad strikes the woodwork. Zidane receives the 1-2 into the box. Finds Thierry Henry. Vavavoom, the champions have the lead on the warm night in Incheon. Marauding play from Zidane, as calm as he liked. Thierry Henry tucks it in with the left foot. Breakthrough from the Arsenal legend. What a way to start the second half. This will be from Denmark, but Sand blasts it over the crossbar from close range. Thomason taunting defenders. Couldn't find the target. Lovren Krantz as Zidane breathing down the nape of his neck. Here is Ebi Sand. Dispossessed by Desailly, but the ball's still alive and dangerous. Into the roof of the net from Lovren Krantz, who initiated the attack. All they had to do was hold on for 8 minutes and they couldn't manage that. France fought to earn a late equaliser against Senegal, and now it's Denmark's turn to spoil the leader's day. Always be a last hurrah from David Trezeguet. Wasted. 4 minutes remaining of potential drama. Here comes Jorgensen. Will he cross it? Tries to be the hero. Saint Thuram slip, but Sand keeps it alive. He's been tormenting in this game. Barthez keeps it safe. It all started so well for the world champions. Thierry Henry gives them lead and Lovren Krantz spoils it. 1-1. Group B resumes at the Jeju World Cup Stadium. Slovenia and Paraguay, the 2 least unlikely leaders, heading into match day 2. Spain and South Korea are on the verge of death. No team is truly safe so far in this World Cup. Slovenia are a testament to that. Karic. Ball into the box and Radonja finally breaks a deadlock. Slovenia go a goal in front against Paraguay and they sit comfortably at the top of the table as things stand. Imagine the world when Slovenia were the first to qualify from Group B. Arche responds from the corner kick. Paraguay have leveled the playing field. It's a gift of a header from what's potentially Francisco Arce's last World Cup. Not the most thrilling affair, but it's out the way. But Slovenia and Paraguay share the spoils and they both sit comfortably at the top of Group B. It's the golden generation versus the 2010 World Cup hosts. Spain were heavy favourites heading into this group. And the underdog South Africa stand between them and the cusp of elimination. After all, it's around this period that Spain earned the nicknames of the underachievers. Can they rewrite history and shake that stigma? Puyol in an advanced position. Luis Enrique. Baraka returns it to Carlos. Raul! Goal! What a goal! What a header! Spain have the lead. The Prince of Real Madrid arrives in Dijon. What a ball in from Carlos Puyol. McCarthy holding up, looking for assistance from Steven Pina. He's love to Sibia. South Africa are holding their shape pretty terribly. Tons of space for De Pedro. Low ball across the face of goal and Tristan. It's denied by the keeper. Hong couldn't keep up and keep out the rebound. Deportivo's Diego Tristan makes La Rouge comfortable here in Dijon. The travelling Spanish Armada will be pleased with that one, closing the gap on Paraguay and Slovenia. Takes it down to the wire against Paraguay on match day 3. We are at the gorgeous Seoul World Cup Stadium, Turkey. By rights are rewarded a day off against lesser opposition than Brazil. Anything is possible in this World Cup. China, after all, share the top spot with the Brazilians. Hassan Sass couldn't keep it down. A frustrating and uneventful first half. Bastark has found Hakansuka through a goal. Fails to hit the target. Two-guy, loved by Blackburn fans. It's found Tavada. What a ball, Bastark. It's a miserable goalless draw. Turkey live for one more game. And China currently top the group. A loss for Costa Rica will see them out of the World Cup early, and they are staring down the barrel of a yellow and green gun. It's a star-studded Brazil lineup and heavy favourites, although it was an underwhelming 1-0 victory over Turkey on match day 1. The veteran Rivaldo shone on that game, but what we're really waiting for is for Ronaldo to arrive in the next 90 minutes. Costa Rican set piece of Nielsen's missed it, and Gomez has gone against the script. Costa Rica, who are on the verge of an early exit. Marcos forced into an acrobatic save. Brazil can't get out of their half, it seems. Centino, Edmilson misses. What a save from Marcos, and he's still alive. It's Takeshi's castle in that penalty area. Solis with the ball in. Centino, oh my days. A header in the top corner, and Brazil are being humiliated by the weakest team in the group. They've not responded to the 1-0 deficit. 30 minutes remain for Brazil to salvage this. Cafu has found Ronaldo. There's a goal. El Nino pulled one back. No time for pageantry. Marching the ball back to the centre circle. It's as perfect as a cross you'll get from the captain. And a textbook glancing header seems to have woke Brazil up. Rivaldo has found Ronaldo. Ronaldinho keeps it alive. Can he continue to bother the Costa Ricans? Yes, Rivaldo drags Brazil through the bushes without their consent once again. He's becoming a fixture for this legendary side. Rivaldo remains on his feet long enough to tuck down into the roof of the net. Congratulations to those who put money on a draw. You are very rich men. Brazil come back from 2 goals down to level it. China must be watching this feeling inspired. 2 nations who fancy the eagle as the animal of their symbolism. The United States shocked the world when they killed Portugal on match day 1. They could well be the first team to qualify for the second round in the World Cup. But Zuraski's put them plans on hold. Slams in the opener against the United States, and Poland are back on track. Krosnovec with a pitch-perfect cross puts it on a plate for the future Celtic striker. Well, the United States attack is soaked up. Long ball to Shuraski, heads it on to Alicia Davey. Who's beat Sana? Pope can't get to it in time. It's Lisa Davey. Appeals for a penalty and waved off. Long ball from Rayner, looking for Landon Donovan. The defender misses. Good thing for the Liverpool keeper. Yeti Dudek to be on hand to collect safely. Gives it away to Brian McBride. Donovan confuses the defender. And it's the weakest goal you'll ever see in this World Cup. It's a right cock up from Poland. The self-destruct button has a finger hovering over it. It's a nice last-minute improvisation from Landon Donovan. Clinical finish. Beasley helps along to Landon Donovan, and Brian McBride is in tons of space. Has he got the pace? Back is in the chase. Landon Donovan with a chip over Yeti Dudek, and have a look at his face. USA regain control and they run the place. And Landon Donovan scores a brace. Nice little chip, even though it's not over anything in particular. Who would have thought the United States are the first team to qualify for the second round? It's the final game for match day 2 to take place in South Korea, and it's fitting it should culminate with the hosts against the favourites Portugal, who are on the verge of elimination as they combat a team with tremendous home field support. Portugal were disgracefully underwhelming on match day 1. Roy Costa from range has found João Pinto with the rebound. What a bullet! It's been a promising start so far from Portugal. Roy Costa from distance. Imagine if that knuckleball had hit the target. Well, it's easy from Couto to keep it back in play. Bento's helped it onto Figo. Paoletta. João Pinto returns a 1-2 and Paoletta is denied. What a fantastic save. South Korea survive. Conceição. Portugal are battering them in terms of possession. Bento looking for Paoletta. Whiffs the woodwork. The big ball in from Paoletta. Denied by Song. Yu is trying to keep it out as much as he can, and Pinto on the volley from close range. South Korea can enjoy a rare break into the Portuguese half. Seoul has a bit of time. Yu holds it up, plays it back to Kim. Goes round Bento nicely. Back to Seoul. Comfortable save for Victor Bayer. Portugal were banging and kicking on that door. It's just a matter of time before they get in, surely. Conceição gives himself enough space for a cross in. It's Luis Figo. Pretty terrible header if you ask me. Park Ji-sung. Through ball up into nowhere, but it's still Park Ji-sung. Finds the side netting. Conceição. Bento knocks it off for João Pinto, and it's a bullet. Not the cleanest of goals, but Portugal had the breakthrough. It's a breath of fresh air, sigh of relief. It's a well-earned goal, they deserved it, and Lee Won-jae will be kicking himself. He didn't have hands strong enough to keep it out. Park Ji-sung, it's a cutting-edge pass into the box. Can he make it count? Earns a corner. Just over 10 minutes remain for the hosts to spoil the Portuguese party. Oh my God! Pretty much South Korea's second attempt on target. All them squandered opportunities from Portugal have come back to haunt them. Victor Bayer kicks it in frustration. Defender Yu Sang-chul. I can't even say he spared South Korea's blushes. They weren't expected to get a result with the way Portugal were playing. Just a couple of minutes remain. South Korea aren't giving in, and Xavier has been lured into the temptation of a foul, resorting to desperation to stop the energy. Ball into the box goes nowhere soon. Here's Yoon. To Yu. Choi. South Korea trying to keep calm. Xavier can't clear the danger. Listen to this crowd. Park Ji-sung has found the back of the net, and Portugal have just been executed in Incheon. Oh my days. It's disaster for Portugal. They threw everything at South Korea. They should have been like 5 goals up. We're having stoppage time for stoppage time. Luis Figo has forced the referee's hand, and he's earned one more corner. Pinto hits the target. Ah! They've done it. Portugal are not laying down and taking this. They all the way down to the death, and they bought themselves more time. In the 2002 World Cup, João Pinto is holding 22 other Portuguese players hostage in South Korea. Pro Evolution Soccer 6, everybody. They just don't make dramatic moments like this anymore. What a game, what a story that's been told here in Incheon. It was momentary euphoria for the hosts, a display of defiance from Portugal. We are back in Japan and it's our first glimpse of the venue for the final, Yokohama. And neither Saudi Arabia or Ireland will be playing there as it stands. Holland with a free kick, wasted, going nowhere fast. Al Yami, he's around Breen. Point blank save from Shay Given. Robbie Keane on the turn, tries to pass it into the net. The through pass from Keane to Duff. Good save from the keeper. Ball comes in from the corner, Robbie Keane hits the woodwork, it's a cruel denial. Pinnacle Ban, what a ball into Robbie Keane and he just couldn't get in the power of the volley. 20 minutes remain, can Ireland take the lead here and it's too heavy for Robbie Keane. Ireland can steal one with a goal here from this set piece. Misses everyone wildly. Saudi Arabia player goes down and it's Niall Quinn pulling him up to his feet. But it's goalless here in Yokohama. Germany are looking like favourites. In this year's World Cup they take on Cameroon, who are considerable African favourites themselves. Dark horses if you may. Victory from either side here in Shizuoka sees them qualify for the last 16. Etu receives the ball, he sees out on Bomber. Ramlo takes the deflection and Oliver Kahn restores order. Balak finds Haman in enough space. Whistles past the face of goal. Haman to Balak and it's tipped over, what a strike. Haman gets himself in another advanced position. Closer has gone past Chato and Song forces the save at the keeper and it's Neuville from close range. Just couldn't capitalise on the chaos. Still alive to the Germans though, Schneider. Bode with the set piece here at the hour mark. Finds Haman on the edge of the box and it's Haman! Whew, that was close. The late Mark Vivian Foe has helped it on to Etu. And it's still Etu! Nobly drainful in the box, he goes it alone. Forces Khan into a corner. We are deadlocked. Just over 10 minutes remain. Oh, closer, couldn't direct it on target. Would have been a fantastic goal. Really should have hit it with the laces of his boots. Time is running out for Deutschland. Cameroon holding their own. They've troubled the Germans with a height and a pace. Here's Haman, who pulls the trigger low and hard. Germany have the breakthrough with 10 minutes left to play. Yes! Didi Haman has been a thorn in the side of the Cameroonians all night long. The Long Ranger's perseverance pays off. What an asset Haman has been for Germany. They have qualified for the second round. The Three Lions are a long way home, but it seems like home. It's a rainy day in the soccer. Is it coming home? A phenomenal opener against their bogey team Sweden. Nigeria are still glowing from their shocking victory over Argentina. Agahawa turning and running at the Three Lions. Ferdinand and Campbell stand between him. Unleashes hell on Seaman and there's a save. Lowell unchallenged on that left hand flank. Big ball in looking for Ogbeche and he couldn't direct it on target. Here comes David Beckham, the captain. Owen Heskey capitalizes on the complacency from the defence. Sinclair puts it back to Heskey, tees love for Michael Owen, who slips before the crucial strike. Heskey, one of the few men strong enough to hold his own against these strong Nigerians on the pitch. The Super Eagles have to contend with Michael Owen, who goes down. Referee waves away the penalty appeals. Composure from Nicky Butts. Heskey, Paul Scholes, threads it through the eye of an needle to Sinclair. Butt knocks it down and Scholes has scored his third goal of the World Cup in 2002. There is the opener for England. They held on. They've been outmatched strength-wise from Nigeria, but they found a breakthrough just before half-time. What a position to be in. It's felt to Scholes nicely. It's half-time in Osaka, and England are 45 minutes away from qualification. It's the first attack of the second half. Here comes Michael Owen, England's leading goal scorer. Beckham. What a ball looking for Owen, and oh my days, what a finish. It's a world-class pass from one of the world's most famous players, David Beckham, recovering from the metatarsal injury. Put him at risk of missing this tournament. Michael Owen is on goal number 4. What a goal, threading a through pass for the eye of a needle. Sublime finish. It's the long legs of Nwankanu commanding control of the ball as Nigeria can come forward as Joseph Yomo fires the bazooka at David Seaman, who spills it. Slippery and wet is an ironic name as the weather taunts David Seaman. Nigeria pull one back and it's shocked the Three Lions. Scholes seeks out Heskey, heavy touch. Only recovers, forces a save out of the keeper. Owen, England trying to counter. The 1-2 is successful and it's Heskey. You're all alone, son. Emil Heskey, what a save. One hand and all. Agahara can he restart the scoreline? He's twisting and turning between Ferdinand and Campbell. That's unfortunate. Crossed by the post. England got to hold on for 15 more minutes. Scholes is giving it to Owen, who goes down. Oh no, and he's clutching his knee. England's leading goal scorer clutching the knee. A nation crosses their fingers that he's going to be alright. Welcome to Beckham country, but he hits the wall. Cole, second chance. Beckham slices it. Worst fears confirmed. Michael Owen cannot continue. He's clutching his knee. Teddy Sheringham, the veteran, replaces him. Big throw into the box. Obiara tries to get there. Last ditch bunch of pressure from Nigeria. Paul Scholes can't get rid of it completely. What a save from Seaman, but it's not going to count. It's offside anyway. And England are through to the second round with a victory over Nigeria. Sweden versus Argentina in Miyagi. Both countries circling the drain of Group F. It was a measly opener for Argentina against Nigeria. On match day 1, here's Simeone, the England villain. Oh, and Veron hits him with everything he's got, but doesn't make Edmund work. Claudio Lopez goes down, he's clutching his knee. Play continues though. Sovin is clearly blind as he's passing to Claudio Lopez. Even when he's injured, he keeps the play alive. Simeone to Ortega. Veron collects it. Now look at Bastuta out wide on the right hand side in a valuable position. Yes, Argentina take the lead. It's an unfortunate own goal. It's a phantom lead, but it still stands on the scoreboard. Jakobsen. And listen, Andreas Jakobsen's name that will go down in the history books. Own goal, Argentina take the lead. Claudio Lopez seems to have shaken off the niggle that plagued him earlier on in the first half. Puts it on a plate to Battista. Gabriel has doubled the lead for Argentina. Tommy Gunn's celebration has been unleashed here in Japan. Yes! This is the breakthrough Argentina needs. A reminder of happier times. A source of courage as they take on England in that final fixture. It's all gone Pete-Tong for the Scandinavians. Veron initiates another attack. Claudio Lopez tees it off the Bastuta, and that's left the stadium. Sweden haven't mustered a single attack against his Argentine goal. Long ball from all back in vain. Pochettino heads it down, and Henrik Larsson! What a goal! That's a world-class finish. I've never seen anything like that in the history of PES 6. An overhead kick that loops over Cavallero on the volley. I'll be smiling too if I was that man. Whatever happens to Sweden, that goal will go down in World Cup history as one of the greatest of all time. Pochettino intercepts, assuming that two of those three shirts are going to deal with the danger. And Henrik Larsson does the only thing he can do. It's a goal out of nothing. Battista, 10 minutes remaining in the first half, and it's Ortega. Surely that would have killed it. It's not over until the fat lady sings. Henrik Larsson pulls it just wide. Sweden have nothing to lose. They are moments away from making it in the World Cup. Referee points to the spot. Placente is the perpetrator. It's a penalty to Sweden. Henrik Larsson can keep them in it. If it hits the net, and it does, it nestles against the white mesh. Larsson is a living legend as far as the Yellows are concerned. And he's literally resurrected Sweden from 6 feet under. Squeaky bum time. Sweden can knock out Argentina if they could capitalise on this corner. Lucic keeps it alive and he's on a free kick. Freddie Lundberg And a young Zlatan Ibrahimovic misses wildly. Imagine if that went in. Whatever happened to him anyway. What a thrilling 2-2 draw. You certainly wouldn't have expected both of these sides to top Group G, but they are. Ecuador stunned Italy in the opener, and the Croatians came in third place at France 98. That's not too far-fetched for them to be in the position they are, but it's early days in this group. Aquinaga's looping ball in pays off as Delgado converts. It's a glorious header, and Ecuador take another early lead for the second time in this tournament. Less than 3 minutes on the clock, and Ecuador strengthened their claim to qualify from Group G. And this boxes, he's got to go it alone. There's no time to share. He's forced to keep him into a save. It was boring, but it was effective. Ecuador are pretty much through to the second round. It's 1-0. It's the three-time world champions Italy who are on the verge of being eliminated without scoring a single goal. It's a beautiful and iconic Rica stadium. It's a backdrop for the showdown against the people of the sun. It's a star-studded generation of Italian players. Would be such a shame to see them go home early. Look how deep those Italian players are back. Caballero is running at them and he hits the woodwork. Italy spare their blushes. Christian Vieri spreads it wide to Gianluca Zambrotta. Big ball in and it's Gattuso. Cristiano Donny plays it back to Tomasi. Switches the play to Zambrotta. Hits it as hard as he can. He's on the corner. Italy have found the rhythm. They're looking a little bit more like their usual selves. It's Donny. No ball across the face of goal, and there it is. Totti has to tap it into an empty net. The Azzurri take the lead at the World Cup. The golden boy has arrived in Rica. It's a desperately needed breakthrough for Italy. The poacher has arrived. Italy have just got to build and build now. Here's a chance for Mexico to spoil the day. Mercado's cross goes absolutely nowhere. Donny's kept it alive and he's on. Springs a counter-attack. Totti to Vieri. Waiting for the overlap. Totti receives it back and he's just intercepted by the midget Perez. Donny's been problematic on that left-hand side. The legendary Paolo Maldini helps it onto Donny. Big ball in and Totti has scored the brace. I think if a standard sized goalkeeper saves that, but Mexico are at a huge disadvantage with the tiny Oscar Perez in goal. If I was Giovanni Trapattoni, I'll be urging my players to hit it from every position on the pitch. It's looking good for Italy. There's 15 minutes remaining. A 2-goal lead surely isn't in any jeopardy anytime soon. Totti unleashes hell, and guess what? The 8th King of Rome has scored the perfect hat-trick. One on the left foot, one off the head, and it's a grand finale with the right. From distance, and again, as I was mentioning before, capitalised on the short height of Oscar Perez in goal. Stretched as far as he could and it still wasn't enough, and made a big baby Totti bask in his glory. The golden boy has arrived. It's the final group of Matchday 2, the group of life. And the co-host Japan would love it if Belgium and Russia forget how to score goals in this fixture. Probably a decade shy of Belgium's golden generation. But for now we must make do with some aging unknowns. Valem has cut inside, pulled the trigger from distance and is stuck in. From range, it's a great goal from Johan Valem of Liège. The Red Devils take an early lead, and it's seemingly out of nothing. The keeper should be doing better from there. He wasn't paying attention. Gore belting across Wilmot's chest and volleys. It would have been the perfect goal. The hiatus threaded through Wilmot. You're on your own, mate. Wilmot couldn't find a target, but Belgium find their way to the top of the group temporarily. It's just down to Japan and Tunisia. It's a festival of football feel here as the co-hosts bookend Matchday 2 against Tunisia. If the Samurais can summon the strength of the home field advantage, then Tunisia could be the second team to go out the World Cup on Matchday 2. Yuji Nagata tries to help onto Toda, who pulls it back to Suzuki. Powerful strike, but the keeper's not sweating it. Toda has found Suzuki. Jaidi didn't get rid of it. And we conceded a wacky corner. Ball comes into the box. It's fell to Suzuki in Japan. A broken the deadlock right on the cusp of half time. And even when they're winning, the Japanese are very humble and modest. They still have a job to do. Suzuki powers in a header from the near post. Corner kick from Ono, and it's found. Suzuki gets a head on it, but it's cleared to safety. Propels his ball in, and Jaziri couldn't get there before Narazaki does. Yanagisawa in a valuable position. Low ball across that face of goal. Suzuki, all you had to do was tuck it into an empty net. 1 minute left remains to stoppage time, and Toda goes for an ambitious volley. The quality isn't there, but Japan have 3 points. 4 in total. And with that, Tunisia are out of the World Cup. And this that time of the tournament. Match day 2 is in the books. Let's get that breakdown of the tables. From Group A to H, the recovery effort has begun for the likes of Spain, Portugal, Argentina, Italy, the United States, Germany, England and Ecuador have all qualified for the final 16. South Africa, Mexico and Tunisia all go home. Michael Owen is the top scorer with 4 goals. Paul Scholes, Francisco Totti and Brian McBride all share that 3 goal apiece position. Ronaldinho, Neuville, Donny and more will have 2 assists apiece. And I want to thank everybody who watched it through to the end. I know it's a long episode, but I'm trying a different formula. The power's in your hands, people. Let me know. Do you want to see a 30-minute long roundup of everything from match day 1, or do you prefer episodes separated by groups? What did you like? What didn't you like? Leave that feedback in the comments. I'm loving playing these retro PES games right now. And if enough people want to see me play more retro PES games, then I'll do so. I'll do some more tournaments from other games. Let me know what ones you want to see. Let me know your predictions for the World Cup. Who do you think is going to win? Will France, Spain and Portugal get out of their groups? Will Germany, Brazil or England win it? Will Michael Owen ever play again in this tournament? Or will we see an underdog like the United States or Ecuador make it to the final? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow man on Twitter. And now we'll see you in a bit, kid.